Yeah.
Sideburns.
What's the word? Tell me what you heard. That info that we kicking, it be louder than some herb. Word. Information, no telepathico. We gon' have to elevate your mind where you wanna go. Kiss Calhoun in the mix. Sideburns dropping all the beats. It's a hit. It's a podcast you don't really wanna miss. So sit back, relax. Let's talk for a bit. What's the word? Spitting out the game that you need. What's the word? Make it say yes indeed. What's the word? Something that you wouldn't believe. What's the word? The word is for you to receive. What's the word? 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 I say tune in live, cause we up in the mix, and you know we have some topics that we have to reach. What's the word? 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 I say tune in live, cause we up in the mix, and we have a few topics that we have to reach. What's the word? 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 The word?
What up, everybody? This is your girl, Kiss Calhoun, and you already know we're back for another episode of What's the Word You Heard Me? And I'm being joined by the legendary, the one, the only Mr. What, Mr. Who, Mr. D.Jon. What's good?
What's up, people? We are back again for another week of What's the Word, and it's going to be another juicy week.
It's always juicy because
yeah,
you
but
know
it's gonna be another juicy week. Like we just coming at you with it.
Y'all with it. All right.
We're not letting off your necks.
So if y'all really ready for this one, buckle up. And I'm letting y'all know right now, if the shoe don't fit, please don't put this shoe on because this topic itself is gonna have a lot of people talking. All right. So let's get into it because I just couldn't wait for this episode because, you know, I love controversials and scenarios and all kinds of stories and stuff. So, of course, this episode 12 is dedicated to all the Tyrones out there. If you need a phone call, give him a quarter because he needs to call Tyrone. So, without further ado, what are your views on women who allow men to lay up on them without help in the household? And of course, before all of you be like, but what about the women? Let me tell you what, we dedicating this show.
Because I know that was me, but I got clarification before the show, so
right.
I already know what we're talking about now. What we're focusing on.
We're only focusing on Tyrone's. Because we're not talking about Keisha's. We're going to talk about Keisha eventually, but we're talking about Tyrone's. Because there's just too many Tyrone's out here in the world today. So, well, of course, what are your views on women that allow men to lay up under them without helping them in the household? Of course, this is a Keisha and Tyrone scenario I'm going to give y'all. And, of course, we always keep you with the hot poppin' tea. Of course, DeSean Jackson is donating his cleats to Nipsey's kids. And the proceeds goes to Nipsey kids. The clapback is real, Mo, when Christy Teigen went at like, Donald Trump. Like, why you not at me? If you won't say all this stuff, why you not at me? Of course, we're going to talk about the Lil Weezyana Fest and the Stampede over the weekend. It was a dope show. I ain't going to lie to you. And, of course, Swae Lee getting headbutted. Pull up Swae Lee. He don't look like he a fighter. And, of course, Baywatch, YG, and what's her name? Kalani.
Yeah, Kalani.
And, of course, the clapback for Kalani, baby Zaddy.
Oh, God.
You know. Of Antonio Brown. Like, so much stuff happened over the weekend. Antonio Brown, of course we gotta talk about him. The Barb said she not going out of retirement just yet. She's sorry that she got y'all on age. And of course, Reginae gives us a quote from the one and only Reginae Chronicles. So let's get it. What's good? So, what's y'all view? If you're listening, and if you want to voice your opinion, please leave us a voice message on our anchor page at What's a Word. and leave us a voice message spilling your 401k about how you feel about this topic. Other than that, we're going to keep it going. So, what's your views on women who allow men to lay up on them? Now, let me give you the scenario, okay? So, you'll be like, what you mean? What you mean by that?
No, I mean, I'm
not you. I'm talking about the fans, the listeners, because we already discussed before the show. So, Keisha, in Tyrone's scenario, Tyrone is a dude, of course, that is in the streets, always in and out of jail, want you to hold him down. Meanwhile,
my type of nigga.
Look at him. Meanwhile, when he's out of jail and out of trouble, he's using your car. He's seeing other females, driving other females around in your shit while you're at work. And Tyrone can't keep a job. Of course, Keisha, on the other hand, is a chick that has her nursing assistant's degree from Delgado.
All right, sis.
She got her a CDL license and a TWIC card. So she can work at a plant or overseas.
Sis better collect some
Sis
coins.
said she got one
My
child.
sister not playing with
She
y'all.
not playing. Sis said she got one child for Tyrone, and her friends always trying to tell her he's no good. But the east side nigga just got her weak.
He just putting that piñon on her
Piñon
too good.
in her guts,
Putting it all
okay?
in her back.
Meanwhile, Tyrone got her looking bad in the streets, and she's always having to check chicks or check bitches about messing with her man. So what would you do if you were Keisha's situation, and why men like Tyrone do things they do to women like Keisha? Spill.
So I'm going to put myself in Keisha's shoes. So I'm this bad bitch from New Orleans
Bad
that's
bitch.
doing a damn thing.
You eat your rice and cabbage.
Eat my rice and cabbage. Hair is just laid for the gods. Stay with a job. Got a nice ass car.
Right.
But my nigga ain't shit. But I
Nigga
just can't
ain't
leave him
shit.
alone because that nigga, he is just putting it on me every day and night.
And you just can't leave
And I
that
just
dog
can't
alone.
leave him alone. But getting serious. To me, the reason why I feel like women allow men to lay up on them, because I could look at it in so many different ways, but the way that I'm looking at it, I feel it's all in how women are brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into having father figures.
Right.
Now, before people get down and
be like,
they
"What you
jump down
mean?
my neck, what you mean? What
What you
D.Jon
mean?"
mean? What I'm saying is, it's all about what is showed to you when you're coming up. If you, and granted, you could have the best male role model in the world and you could still
end up
with a Tyrone or Jody.
Or
Because guess
Jody.
what? Tyrones and Jodys ain't nothing to play with.
Ain't nothing, okay? They
But-
are the ain't shit ass niggas.
But going back to what I'm saying, in most scenarios, women that have, it shows the women that have good representation of men, and it doesn't have to be their fathers. It could be grandfathers, it could be uncles, it could be big
anybody.
cousins, cousins twice removed from the family. If you have
Cousins
that good,
that's not nowhere in the family,
the
but we
cousin
just
that's
call
in
him
that
cousin.
Gola, but you know you could call on him when you need
He'd
him
be
to
like,
do something
look,
for you.
Keisha, don't make me get out this bing and get back put in this bing for this nigga.
But it shows if you have positive male role models in your life, you can actually find somebody that's what you had
can look
growing
past
up.
the
You can look
Tyrones.
past the Tyrone.
Just like as far as men concerned, like I know people gonna
Right.
say like
But look, just like you say, we're not talking.
Keontae. You can look past Keontae if you had the same representation.
Right, but see, we're not looking at it in that instance. We're talking about the Tyrones and the Jodys.
I'm just letting them know because you
Right.
know how they be like, hey, you ain't
But
clarified.
I just feel like, if they know their standards and they know if they have high expectations for themselves, you won't end up. But if you do end up, there's always a way that you can reverse that, because if you're gonna end up with somebody like that, the way I look at it is, you show that nigga that I'm not to be played with, and I'm
Right.
not gonna have you laying up on me.
Right.
You're gonna have to go find a job. You're gonna have to do
Stop
something.
right.
But what you're not gonna do is you're
It's
not gonna
lay
lay
up
on the
on
sofa,
me.
play Madden 2K all motherfucking day,
and not get and just give me dick
And
and
not
not
give
pay
me
a bill.
dick, not put it
Because
in
Dick
my
don't
bag.
Dick don't pay the light bill or this phone
or
bill.
the internet bill,
Can we call
or
Tyrone?
the cable.
Hello? Come get this
Period.
nigga. Okay?
So that's my thing. If you're going to end up with a Tyrone or a Jody, have standards, have expectations. Let him know that you gotta do something.
I think,
because guess what? If you're not putting no money up in this house, then you don't hit the cooch.
you don't. And I think, like you said, the reason why so many women end up with a guy like this is not only because of upbringing, but because sometimes you can have a Tyrone as a father, and that's all you see.
Absolutely. Yep.
And so naturally, that's what you're gonna gravitate to because you're just aware of that type of person. You know those types of person, and deep down inside that person, you get attracted to that person, and you go after that person constantly to, basically fill a void. Like everybody always say how a man's heart, a hole is out inside of a man's heart is the shape of his father. Well, that's the same way for women. Like when women don't have, like you said, the correct types of father figures, they end up for dudes like this, not because of the situation, but because, hey, this is all they see all their life, and they feel like they can control the situation. As far as, for a good example, over the break, when we had a break, there was like this big blow up about Super and her baby daddy on Instagram. And, well, I don't want to say baby daddy because he is the fiance. And it just was so many, like,
I told you so.
I told you so. I told you he was in this. I told you with that. But at the end of the day,
right.
I feel like a lot of women feel like when they missing that void in love and they finally get somebody like that,
right.
they do what they gotta do to, like,
right.
I feel like they buying a man. Not saying that she brought a man,
right.
but I feel like when you are a woman like that and that kind of stature, you feel like I gotta do what I gotta do to keep him around. But what I've learned over the course of what the older generation tells us about men and what the young generation learn about men is that men are gonna do what they want to do, period.
Right.
The game changes when you not allow the behavior to continue.
Exactly.
That's why they have
Set
so
the
many
standards.
Put your foot down and let that man know, like, look, yo, you can't live up under me. Nobody wants to take care of somebody that they have to. Nobody wants to provide and have to take care of somebody that's not willing to take care of themselves.
Right.
Like, what we talking about is like some of these dudes that we call Tyrone are dudes that like to, they get with these chicks that they know got everything going good for themselves. Like we just said, Keisha have her CDL license, her nursing assistant's license. Like, she got so much going on for herself. Meanwhile, she got a dude, they got one kid and he can't even do right by her.
Can't even help. He can't even bring the child to school.
Right, can't bring the child to school.
I can't trust you to leave you with the car because I don't know what you're going to go do.
Because you're going to go pick up girls in the car.
So now I got to ride you in the car with me to go bring the child to school.
Then I got to
bring you back home so I could go to work. Because I can't trust you with the car.
You about my car. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends done seen you on Melphamine with the car.
Whoa, you been riding in my car. What nigga you been riding in my car?
And then Keisha got to be like, Tyrone, what raggedy bitch you got driving in my Honda Civic?
That's the Honda Civic, bitch.
And Tyrone like, what you mean? You tripping, man. How the New Orleans do. You tripping. You on a whole nother level. You tripping.
Straight crazy.
You crazy out here. I had to say it in my New Orleans voice. You going crazy on me. And then come to find out, he did have a chick in the car. And then it's showing, man, I just was playing, bro. You working too much, my nigga be missing you. I nigga be wanting something. You don't even be around, you hear me? Like, what am I supposed to do, you hear me?
Go get a fucking job.
Then he messing with the chicks on the job. I feel like Tyrone.
It's a win for win-lose. It's a win for lose battle.
I feel like if I was Keisha, and I was stuck in a situation. I put it like this: Kiss not gonna be no Keisha.
Ladies
Point
and gentlemen,
blank, period.
this is what you called a fuck nigga. Period.
Period. You gotta say it like that because that is fuck boy behavior.
Yes.
And,
no, a fuck nigga. fuck boy behavior.
He
A
like,
fuck
no,
nigga.
you a fuck nigga.
You a fuck nigga. Period.
Like, periodicity.
Like my thing is, it's just crazy, and it's like, you know, my 20-something years on this earth, I've had my share of men, good and bad. And trust me, I didn't had just about every fucking man that you can name.
But
Broke, ain't shit, got money,
ain't
still
shit.
ain't shit. What else?
You just want an ain't shit nigga that's gonna give it to you.
I'm telling you.
He gonna
In
bend
New
it, bust it
Orleans,
open.
we are very limited to men.
We are.
Yes, and I will say this. Just because I'm gay doesn't mean that I have a better chance at men than women do. Because yes, women may have more against them when it comes to picking, choosing men. But guess what? We do the same. Because guess what? We have to worry about if this man married, if he on the down low, if he got a girlfriend,
if he got a boyfriend,
girlfriend,
and a girlfriend,
baby mama, all that. So it's like we all just
we all the same.
and it's crazy because it's like being here is like I don't know, I can't speak for everywhere, but it's like it's so we see it a lot, and it's so much. So it's like it's very limited to choose.
Right.
But just like I said, you know, if you end up with that type of person, you just have to set those ground rules and set those expectations for him. Let him know that I'm not dumb.
Or just if you're gonna mess with a
ain't nothing
Tyrone,
wrong with messing with a Tyrone.
please wrap it up. Please get on the pill. Like, please do something so you won't get trapped with this dude. Because, like, once you get trapped, you stuck with a Tyrone.
To me, there's no such thing as trap, even though y'all may have a child.
A child would.
He may give you something you can't get rid of.
The trap part of comes. What I mean by trap is the energy that comes with this person.
Okay. Yeah.
So once you get pregnant by a person that ain't shit, now you gotta deal with the ain't shit energy for like 18 years, and that's a long time. So I'm telling you, a lot of women have a Tyrone right now, and they like this. They like, look, I wrote a song called "What's Love." It throwback. It's throwback. Like it
True
was just
throwback.
it was a freestyle, and I said,
just sitting in here one day and just
it
ranting.
just came to me. The song goes, These hoes want an ain't shit nigga that's gonna give it to them good. He gonna beat it, bust it open like a real nigga should. And you know he from the hood and you think it's all good when he ain't picking up that line. And then you think it's fine. He used to wine and dine, but he ain't got the time. He said he with his friends, but you know it's a lie. He got you home alone on the phone talking with your friends. Then you don't understand why you love him. You put that dick on you, now he in your feelings.
Ooh.
Come on. This ain't no different from Erykah Badu saying, I think you need to call Tyrone, because
Preach.
that's the same thing. You knew he was from the hood. You thought it was all good, and now he not picking up that line, and you thought it was
but
fine.
Now you sitting here running about, girl, I don't know why he cheat on me.
I don't know why
he
he do me like
why
that.
Why do I put up with this? Sus, you know why you put up with this.
You
Sus, you know
chose
why
to.
he cheat, because guess what? He was already this dude when you met him.
Right. And I feel like when people show you their true colors,
Believe them.
Believe them.
Like my auntie say, my auntie Maya Angelou say that, right?
Maya Angelou. When someone showed you their colors, believe them. But we're going to talk more about this topic because it's juicy, you hear me? Because when we come back, we're going to talk about which one have you dated. The no initiative guy, the player, the inconsistent guy, or the good guy. Which one you dated? So right now, we got another featured artist. This one is Gravani Stone with I'm going to get the block card. I wish I would get the block card, okay? And when we come back, we got this killer tea list that we're going to give it to you. So just sit back and relax and check out this song from the featured artist of the day, Gravani Stone. Let's get it.
My block hot, baby, my block burn. My block gon' fire, nigga, what about yours? Yeah. This that shit that make the block hot. This that shit that make the blood up. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. To the top. This that shit that make the blood up. This that shit that make the blood up. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. Say the fake shit, I ain't for it. Smoking on these trees, yeah, we blow it by the force. Oh yeah, I run it like Forrest Gump. Yeah, I like my money in lumps. Pistol on the seat, I got the chopper in the trunk. She just wanna fuck, so she eating dick for lunch. Rap shit, make it stack shit, trap shit. I'm with my bunch of hooligans, they don't know how to act shit. Whoa, it ain't no love anymore. Ain't no love anymore. I can't love anymore. I need money more. I need money more. Yeah, sucker shit we into. Only money on the mental. Kick game, you just sleeping on me, grab a pillow. Nigga hard like Brillo. I'm a dog, no kennel. Bitch, we eatin' gorilla. Stay down for my niggas, yeah. You gon' understand, I'm tryna win. You gon' understand, I want the best. Yeah, I make the block hot. This that shit that make the block hot. This that shit that make the block hot. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. To the top. This that shit that make the blood hot. This that shit that make the blood hot. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. Lights out, mask on, creeps on, let them young niggas animal shit. They wildin', black suits, black gloves, shit. We mobbin', pull up like fuck 'em. Hell yeah, we fry 'em. Hot boy, bandana tie, no gang sign, strapped up. Streets wicked, so I bang mines. It's a cold world. Gotta keep a jacket, and it's an even cold world. Gotta keep a ratchet. My wrist game like my bad bitch like pull up on you niggas, shit. I'm sick nigga like got all these bitches like designer on me like Master P body, make 'em say I ain't stopping till I'm done. Told these niggas I'm not the two, but I'm the one. Riding for my dogs to the end, for the money and these funds. And we ain't stopping till we get every fucking crumb. Yeah, I make the motherfucking block jump. I make the motherfucking block jump. I keep the chopper in the trunk. I make the block jump. This that shit that make the block hot. This that shit that make the block hot. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. To the top. This that shit that make the blood hot. This that shit that make the blood hot. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. This that shit that make the blood hot. This that shit that make the blood hot. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. Bitch, I'm hot. I'm going straight to the top. This that shit that make the blood hot. This that shit that make the blood hot. Bitch, I'm hot like a crock pot. I'm going straight to the top.
Yeah. That was Go Ronnie Stone. Our featured artist of the week. Yep. Don't forget, if you want to be a featured artist, all you have to do is email your content to
what's the word 504@gmail.com. I had to sound like Siri.
But we are back, and if you guys are just tuning in, joining us, we are talking about those Tyrones and Jodys. Because, yes, Jody, you are not excluded out of this one, sir. So, before we went on break, me and Kiss were giving our 401ks on what's your views on women who allow men to lay up on them without helping the household.
And we talking about cutting grass. If you don't cut a grass or wash a car or nothing, y'all just lay up.
But let me question. Let me ask you this. So let's kind of flip the script a little bit.
Let's flip it.
Say if we and I thought we were going to talk about it in this instance, but I just want to kind of bring it up. Say if for all these years, the husband was taking care of his wife. The wife didn't have to do anything. All she had to do was make sure the kids go to school, have a home cooked meal, house clean, everything. But the husband now is disabled. He cannot work, due to a disability. So the wife
at the job that he been working, paying the bills for.
Right. So now the wife is taking the role of the household where she is doing everything, and of course he's receiving the disability here and there. So what do you think about in those instances of a woman actually taking over the household?
Well,
in
see,
those
this is how I feel
instances?
about that. I feel that women are doing that now. Like, there's so many men out here that can't work because of mental health or mental disability, not mental, but physical disabilities where they can't work as much. Like, look at veterans that come away from the military. A lot of them be mentally messed up in the head, and a lot of times, a lot of veterans don't get a lot of work right off the bat. So a lot of times, the woman has to take up the slack to make sure the bills get paid, because now the military not paying their bills like they used to.
Right.
Of course, I don't mind, that in that sense, that man is not a Tyrone.
Right.
Because this man had provided for his family.
He
It's
was
now
doing
it's
for
during
years.
circumstances he can't continue to do it, so it's now time for her to pick up the slack. Now, I feel like, in a sense, if she doesn't pick up the slack and don't go out and help the household out, that her man is injured, then that makes her the Tyrone. That makes her the Keisha, in a sense. Because Keisha could be ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of ain't shit women out here
of
that are
course.
like Keisha,
Right.
letting a nigga lay up on them
Right.
anyway.
And I agree with you. That's
Because-
why I brought it up, because I just thought of it in that scenario. Like, when we were coming up with the topics, and we brought this one up. I was like, oh, okay, we'll probably talk about it in like different aspects. But I just thought that it would be a good idea to bring it up in that instance too.
Well, like, in
But
that,
I
there's
totally
so
agree
many
with you.
women out here that women are doing it now. Like, women are getting the
Doing
bag.
the
They're
damn thing.
they're not the housewives no more. Some women don't even want to be considered housewives no more. Like, for example, I have a family member that, just like what you said, her husband said, you don't have to work another job. You don't have to work. Her husband got Queen Dallas. And if you listening, can you slide
You
some
got
out?
a brother or cousin?
No. He do
Nephew?
have brothers, but they're older. Like, everybody,
old?
older than us, 40 plus. Like,
That's fine.
no, that's not. No,
They don't look good?
No.
Oh, all right.
Like, no, they're married. One of them
Oh,
married, I think.
girl.
But still in all, he told
I
her,
can't
you don't
deal
have
with
to
that. That's
work.
too
You don't have
much.
to do nothing. And baby, she went to school. Still got her degree. She do a lot of the emailing and stuff as far as her husband, like getting him flights and stuff like that, making sure he on a flight, making sure homegirl plans birthday parties. Like, you would get an invitation in the mail,
So she's kinda
and you
like,
don't even
she's like
think
a party planner.
she's everything. When her husband said she didn't have to work, in her head, she didn't go get a job. She made her job to work for the home.
Right.
And so all of her home duties are like, let me check emails. The kid's old enough to go to school. So majority
So
of
now
the
it's
time,
easier for her to
right.
just
And even in that
work
time,
freely.
it was just easy because she had her children on a schedule. Okay, the kid's gonna go to daycare. I'm gonna go get this done, and that done. But in the same instant, shout out to the women like that can manage their husbands being away for so long, because he's the type of man that have to be away for a long time. And yeah, she do miss him, but she hold her home down.
while he's
Whenever
gone.
they gotta do something, she know that she don't have to want for anything, because her husband is going to make a will away. And he's not the type of man that holds his, because I made so much money. He's not. He's very humble.
I love it.
He's aware of the success he have, but what's his is hers, and what's hers is his in the sense of his mind. So he's not that type of man. Like, they have plenty of men that like to hold the fact that they are the breadwinners and that they're the ones that, I'm the head of the household. You do me. You do what I say. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is the reason why there are so many Tyrones created, is because some men don't know their role and their value. Some men are like to be coddled so much, and it's due to, like we said, going back into it, how your upbringing is. Like, we could talk about how women grow into being submitting to a type of man like Tyrone, but we also gotta talk about what created a man like Tyrone in the first place. And half of the time it's because Tyrone ended up being in shit because his mama is just like him. His mama egg on all the ain't shit
And that's why most men, they look
behaviors.
for they look for their mom and women.
They
that
look for their
choose.
mom and women, but also they look for the goodness in their mom out of women, and then because they have toxic traits that put it like this. That's why
they can't let go of what they're doing because it's just embedded in them.
Right, and
So
let me put it like this.
possibly missing out on a good woman because eventually, she's gonna stay, but eventually she is going to get tired of
And
your
leave.
shit. And no, she ain't gonna leave. She gonna put his ass out because that's her house. She paying the rent. He not even on the lease. It's just her and the 2 kids.
Well, nowadays Keisha putting them on the lease now, and Keisha gotta keep them in
No,
there.
they not, baby. They are not on those leases. Trust and believe.
But like I said, a lot of the times these behaviors with Tyrone's are continuance because the mother didn't do a good job with teaching her son to be courteous. A lot of times we allow the world to teach our sons, and the world got our sons really messed up because we ain't teaching them right. I remember Steve Harvey would do the question and ask the audience, and a girl said the same thing, and he was like, wow, dudes really that bad? And I'm like, duh. Like Steve Harvey, you got money, you got power, you got influence. You ain't seeing what we go through every day. You know what I'm saying? You seeing the better positive men because in your life you're a better positive man. So you see positive. Just like when we had JP on the show, he was talking about how he don't see men on Twitter doing the stuff that we say. I said
because he don't see that.
And you don't follow that. So
Right,
because
so
you
he's
don't
not
follow
gonna
that,
see
you don't
it.
see it. And not to say that I'm going out there seeking and following it. I'm just saying that it finds its way to me and I'm seeing
The
it
people
and
you
I
follow,
just know.
you're gonna see it because they're retweeting it, they're liking it. So
And then you
you're
not
gonna
just
see it
that,
on your
Facebook
timeline.
now
Facebook,
do
it's-
it.
it's
Whatever
everywhere.
a friend of a friend. So it's like, ain't shit. Dudes are always trumping the good dudes. So
Right.
we don't necessarily like the
Right, and
mentality.
then-
It's just because they are willing to do things to get your attention that you see
Right.
it, they mask it,
Right.
like,
And
I'm the good guy,
to
and then
me,
you end
I
up with a
believe
person like that.
quote unquote good guys, they have toxic traits as well.
Right.
And most good guys have more toxic traits than the others. So
Right,
it's-
because they
it's-
hide it
it's
behind
just-
their
right.
goodness. So wait,
Yeah,
before
just
you
like-
get into
just
it,
like you say, I'm the good guy,
Right.
and then like a month, 3 months later, you starting to see
he a
all this stuff.
narcissist,
Right.
and now you stuck because he controlling.
He choking you. He doing all this, doing all
So
that.
now we talk about which guy have you dated?
I had all of them.
The no initiative guy, where when I'ma see you calls and texts often but never plans anything,
Had him.
has to feel your vibe first before taking taking you out. Probably has a girlfriend on the low. And
He do.
quotes, you be playing. Or the inconsistent guy where he texts back late as fuck.
Had him too.
Seems super interested, then disappears because of life.
Yep.
Always has an amazing personality. Probably still entertaining his ex.
Of course
3
he
months
is.
later, hey, I hope all is well.
Yes.
The player. He
Had him
has
too.
5 women in love with him right now. Always saying the right things. Call all women love, but we're not even together though. Social media famous. Phone is always on silent. Or the good guy. Posts everything accomplished. Posts every accomplishment. Does
Had him
volunteer
too.
work just to post it on social media. Entitled as fuck, poor communication skills. And his quote is, females never like good guys anymore. Guilt tripper.
And with that poor communication, he always talking about, oh, I'm not a texter, or I don't talk on the phone, but if
I
we
like
in
to see
person,
you in person.
we like it's gonna be there. Like, what the fuck?
I can
ever.
say I have never dated any of these because I don't date. I always see, you know what the saying is, when somebody shows you their colors, believe them. I'm the type of person that goes strongly a believer in that. So my dating period might not even last a week or a month because I ask certain questions when I'm talking to you. And if I hear your response, I know what type of person you are. And of course, I'm a Taurus, so I'm in tune with a lot of stuff, vibes, all that. Like, that's why I ain't date. That's why a lot of times dating for me never lasted past a month because, for one, I get bored. For two, I can think like a man and act like a lady, so I can peep game. So it's like, you try to run game on me, but let me put you up on game, like Patty LaBelle said.
Right, and see, in my instance, just speaking for the gays, of course, men fail to realize that they're actually talking to another man. So we all have the same mentality. We all think alike. So I'm already thinking like, this nigga talking all this shit. He ain't gonna do nothing. We probably gonna do what we do.
And
Probably text every now and then. He probably come over, chill with me for a little while every now and then. And put all this, try to think he putting all this stuff in my head, and that's it. And then eventually it's dead.
I definitely do. Like, some of the dudes that I was interested in the most are definitely fitting in these qualities.
Me too.
And if you're listening, the reason why I ain't talk to you, I don't hang out with you anymore, is because you fit into one of these four guys. Like, I think as far as men be afraid to give themselves a challenge. Some men.
And that's true. That's
I feel like
true.
That's why a lot of the independent women always are single, because a lot of men, I can't say men because they be like, black men don't cheat and all that. A lot of boys that are men play a lot of games, and the independent women don't have that time to be playing games. And I fit into that category, so I know that those signs I've been playing with, I've been, taken for granted, and all the while I know my worth, so I never trip on it. I'm like, it's your loss, because I know what I bring to a table. I bring more than just a table.
Right.
Like, what you do, what you can't. And I hate the phrase when men use what a woman could offer you, when what men could offer women, but money and dick. And if money is all you got to bring to the table, and I could bring that 10 times over, that ain't gonna make...
And dick too, because now they got vibrators and bullets and
dildo.
plugs.
They have
and
the dildos that move now.
Yes.
All you gotta do is plug it up.
They have the ones molded from an actual real
Safari
dick.
got a dick out there, a dildo, with his own dick print. It's Safari's dicks. It's really out there. It's really out there, but it's just so much you could talk about in this one whole topic. But if you find yourself in a relationship with a Tyrone, you should know the signs, and you should get out and then just know your worth.
And gents.
And gentlemen, if you find
yourself with a Tyrone or Jody as well, just, like I said, if you're gonna, nothing is wrong with that, but just set expectations.
Yeah, you gotta.
I keep saying, I didn't say that like 5 times throughout the show.
Before we get out of here with this topic, you could set your expectations and a person still do you wrong.
But you have to, like you said, put your foot down and stick to your guns. Because if you don't.
I have a scenario about somebody that did that, said it. It was like, well, you know what type of dude I was. And then it was like, damn, like, I see. And I was like, I get it, but at the same time, like, when you do set it at the door, you put your foot down at the door and let them know, and they still do it. I guess wait for that opportunity to mess over you, in a sense. That to me bring me back to, damn, humans really messed up in the head to where they'll really mess over somebody that was looking out for them, and then they just turn it back on them. Like, I was like, yo, like, love right now in this atmosphere is like so material. Like, people take it for granted. People use it to their own militia. It's like, damn, you can't even fall in love right, because so many people got their own personal motives and stuff. And that's pretty much why I said I avoided the Tyrone.
People do have their personal motives.
Like, if you come into a relationship with motives on using a person, Like, that to me, in a sense, is just so trash.
And they love to put it in an instance where it's making it seem like you are helping them out. Like,
Right.
you know, I wouldn't ask you if I didn't need it, or if I really needed your help, you know, and stuff like that. Like,
But you shouldn't wait till you really need
or
somebody
you
help.
shouldn't even ask me to do stuff like that. You know, it just depends on what it is. Like, some stuff you shouldn't just tolerate. Now, understand, everybody has done, you know, stupid stuff. So neither one of us are here to judge you.
Kiss is telling you right now, if Kiss ever found herself in this relationship, somebody please smack the shit out of me.
Well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to let you know that, trust me, we've all had our dumb moments.
No, I want you to smack the shit out of me.
But just don't let the dumb moments continue to be moments after moments after moments after moments.
After
years,
2 babies,
and all
4
of that.
babies, and now you got
A
4
failed
babies.
marriage, a failed engagement.
Fail everything.
Everything.
Credit score at 500. Don't be like Taraji and Acrimony. Because homegirl.
Yes.
Homegirl
And went crazy.
And I see why she went crazy. Because, you know, so many people was in her ear about her not believing her man. But at the same time, Acrimony is a Tyrone moment. He was a Tyrone. He lived up on this lady. She inherited a lot of money, took her virginity. She helped pay for him to get into college.
Pay for that damn battery.
All the money just went trickled down to where she owed money. He get on, and yeah, she had enough, and she left. But he did try to, like, get her back.
Her money.
I'm not going. He wanted
back.
her back, but she said, "I don't want you back." He gave her the money. He got the house back, and then she was like, "Damn, this nigga got all the money," and now she coming in here with lingerie, and he got a whole nother. Like, he didn't. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Tyrone ain't shit, because he didn't even give that lady time to fucking come back. She was like another. He just moved clean on.
A man is gonna move on, baby. He is not waiting.
He
gave her that opportunity, and she just was like, okay.
In a sense, the lady that he ended up with, and if you haven't seen the movie, please go see the movie. Because the lady who ended up with him was doing him the same way he did his wife. She only was with him because he got all that money.
Sign, she went in.
All that. Got married. He posting it all on social media. It's like, I see why she got crazy.
He was going to do for her.
Right. Everything he was supposed to do for her, he
did for
gave
the other girl.
to his other wife. And it was like, and she was pregnant. All the time, homegirl got her foot because she got in a car accident because he was cheating. You didn't see that part of the movie when she... You were like 15 times. If y'all don't go watch Taraji and Acrimony, baby, this is a prime example of Keisha, you can be like Taraji in the end of this movie. Messing around with Tyrone. Don't let Tyrone put your credit score to 400 and then get a come up and then hit a lick and leave your ass. Don't let it happen, Keisha. Don't let him do you. You better call Tyrone. But we gonna go on and on with this story. But if you're Tyrone or Keisha and you want to voice your opinion, hit us up on our What's the Word page and leave us a voice message because we are happily play it for you. And, of course, we're going to take another quick break and we're going to get back to this new song by Garani Stone. And this one is Bag. Hope y'all enjoyed and like it. I love all of the songs. And if you want to be a featured artist, please submit your music to the link in our What's the Word bio on Instagram. Or you can hit us up on our email at what's the word 504@gmail.com. Follow us at What's the Word on Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at What's the Word. And when we come back, we're going to give y'all this hot pipe and tea. Because it's so much tea.
It's tea time.
And it's tea galore, okay? But until, holla at your girl. Here's Bag from Garani Stone. Peace.
Hey, I said I'm all about the cash, nigga. Hey, I want the money in the bag, nigga. Hey, yeah. I said I'm all about the cash, nigga. Hey, I want the money in the bag, nigga. Hey, Young J got a K, yeah, let that bitch spray. Bitch, I got the juice, I got these bitches on my line. She just wanna kick it, told her I ain't got the time. Flexing with my niggas, all my niggas gotta grind. Flexing with my niggas, all my niggas gotta shine. Hey, I need that bag. I need that cash. I need that bag. I need that cash. Infatuated with money, see I need moto. Them bitches feeling my drip, they want a photo. I'm in the hood, my whip sitting on Lolos. My heart cold, earrings and rich froze. I get to the check, yeah. I'm fucking your bitch, yeah. These niggas they mad, they looking real sad, they looking upset, yeah. Might fly off in the jet, I get up pussy wet. Young nigga, I love the flex, yo bitch, she love the sex. Hey, she left my sheets a mess, I get the check. Nah, nigga, I don't never stress. Yeah, fly nigga, no never bitch. Never give up my government. Smoking dope, but that Spanish shit. Nigga trippin', I finish him. I'm a dentist to menace him. Room on that engine, bitch. Diamonds bright, make her fall to the knees like she saw the light, yeah. And I'm flexing with my niggas, yeah. Grinding for the spinach, yeah. I ain't fucking finished, yeah.
Jumped in the game with no float tees. And my young niggas armed, please don't approach me. For that guap on my dog's blood thirsty. Took your bitch, I won't fuck till it dope me. I'm in love with cash, I can't let no bitch. Addicted to this cash, I can't get enough of it. Married to the game, but I cheated on that bitch. She always wanna fuck, but she only need a spit. Run for that cheese, I be on my Tony Hawk shit. You ain't getting bread, all you wanna do is talk shit. Catch me in the farm, driving fast on some bullshit. Bitches got me thinking I'm a dentist, how I flow shit. Bitch, I got that bag, best believe I get that cake. Throwing hundreds in the club, these strippers need a rake. She gon' swallow nut, I'ma put it in her face. Bitch, I ain't no tiger, but I'ma let her get a taste.
Bitch, I got the juice, I got these bitches on my line. She just wanna kick it, told her I ain't got the time. Flexing with my niggas, all my niggas gotta grind. Flexing with my niggas, all my niggas gotta shine. Hey, I need that bag. I need that cash. I need that bag. I need that cash. Told her I ain't got the time. All my niggas gotta grind. Flexing with my niggas, all my niggas gotta shine. I need that bag. I need that cash. I need that bag. Yeah, I need that cash. Told her I ain't got the time. All my niggas gotta grind. Flexing with my niggas, all my niggas gotta shine.
Oh, what's good? And we're back. And that was your homie, the New Orleans homie, Gravani Stone with the bag. I need that bag too. I need that bag and I need that cash. And I need the block to be hot when I come through. You heard me?
You're so hood.
I'm so New Orleans though. But that's the homie Gravani Stone. Follow him at I am girl. You know what? I'm going to just put it in the bio because
we gonna
I can't say his name right.
We're going to post all of his information when we do our featured artist of the week.
And you can follow him on his Instagram and Twitter. And, of course, follow us at Yo, What's the Word? What's good? At Instagram, at Facebook, and Twitter. And we're back with this hot poppin' tea. So, the tea is DeSean Jackson is giving away his custom Nipsey Hussle's cliques for the proceeds will go to his family. D.Jon, tell us a little about the story.
So this is coming from the Shade Room, of course.
The messy shade.
I love when you do that. There were many people that were affected by the passing of Nipsey Hussle earlier this year, including Eagles wide receiver DeSean Jackson, who was childhood friends with Nipsey. On Sunday, DeSean took to social media to show off the Nipsey Hussle cleats that he wore during the pregame. He let his followers know that every game this season he'll auction off the Nipsey cleats he'll be wearing in pregame. The proceeds from the auction will be going to Nipsey's children, Cross and Imani. Cross and Imani, I'm sorry.
You had your little Fantasia moment, I know.
Shout
out to Fantasia.
You just never know what these damn names nowadays, dude. According to NBC Sports, the pair of cleats that DeSean showed off for the gram were the ones he wore before facing off against his former team, the Washington Redskins. However, those aren't the only pair, hence the auction to take place every game. Back in April shared a photo of other pairs of Nipsey Hussle cleats that he has had. He said, "Lock us behind gates, but can't tame us. Used to be stayed safe. Now it's stay dangerous. Nip the greats. I'ma rep every game for you, lock TMC." And then of course it shows the Nipsey Hussle cleats.
And it's
And then
nice cleats,
as many of you know, Nipsey was unfortunately gunned down in front of his clothing store back in March. His passing sent a shockwave through the industry. However, the lessons that taught to others while still here have continued to live on and keep his legacy alive. So it's some actually cool cliques, and I actually like the idea that DeSean's doing. That just goes to show
how
our
men,
athletes are
our
making
real men are coming up.
difference in the community and doing positive things other than being known for
Football.
running up and down the field.
Actually, somebody else's family is being taken care of, even though their fathers. Like, if you realize how many men have been gunned down during to violence, and how many men families are still being taken care of after they've been gone. I know a couple of street dudes that family ain't getting taken care of since he been gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's been left up to the women or the younger boys to take the slack in when they daddy go in a bing, or when they daddy go, or in Nipsey's case, be deceased. They got to take the brunt of it. And just to think that his friends that he grew up with have the mentality to keep his legacy alive and keep going and making sure his family is straight, even though we know financially they're going to be straight, because Lauren London is a powerhouse within herself. Before Nipsey, she was an actress doing her thing since ATL days.
Give me back my chain.
Give me back my chain, because you gave it to me. That's why. Like,
And it's special, and it means something to me.
quote from the legendary ATL. And of course, she just have her bag. She's been doing a lot of stuff, so we
And
know
then
they're not gonna be financially hurt. But
she's,
to take
she's in a show on BET, huh?
called
I think it started, or it's about to
it
start.
is started. It's called
I think she's like a lawyer, a prosecutor, or something like that.
oh, is it?
I think so. I'm not too sure.
She
Don't
got
quote
a
me.
lot of shows on BET right now with
don't
Lauren
quote me
London
on
in.
it.
But I just said, just thinking that his friends is making sure that his family is straight, no matter him being here or not. And they just show great courteousness on his part to just think about his childhood friend and to auction off something that he could have himself benefited from, but he just making sure that his daughter and his son don't have to want for anything. And I think it's pretty cool that
Which
he's doing
they don't
it.
have
They
to.
don't. They gonna be good.
They set for the rest of their life.
They daddy made sure that.
Yes.
Cause to speak of it, Nipsey Hussle just launched over the weekend his Puma collection, the collection with the Marathon and the Puma, and it sold out within 2 hours.
That's
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. And even with the Marathon clothing store itself, when he died, it's like days, not even days, but hours after his death, his clothing line is, and he's the main, he is one of them artists that wasn't even really on to have a major clothing line. Like Rockefeller and Sean John, when it was coming up, they were already coming up in major labels. The Marathon Continue was a label within itself that was small. It was its own label. It wasn't attached to anything.
The name just spoke for itself.
It
Name
just-
spoke for itself.
He had
He had a huge following. So
yes, with I feel like just the thought of auctioning off that those shoes are gonna get auctioned.
Of
Somebody
course.
is gonna have them, and it's just gonna be so good for his children to have something that damn, my daddy really was loved all over the world, like, so they don't have to work for nothing. But let's get to this clapback, cause I you know, that was a little sad. Let's get to this clapback, because after that, it's just clapback after clapback. So, Christy Teigen said, Donald Trump, next time at me. When you want to tweet, at me. So, what's the spill?
Girl, so this comes from the shade room as
Don't
well.
messy. Shade. Okay?
We all know Donald Trump is all about the Twitter fingers. However, it looks like he has definitely met his match when it comes to John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Trump, as per usual, took to Twitter to express his disapproval about some things. This time around, he came for John Legend and his quote-unquote filthy mouth wife, Chrissy,
You're filthy, my wife.
after he expressed how hard he has worked for criminal justice reform. He said when all of the people pushing so hard for criminal justice reform were unable to come even close to getting it done, they came to me as a group and asked for my help. I got it done with a group of senators and others who would never have gone for it. Obama couldn't come close. He continued, a man named Van James and many others were professedly grateful at that time. I signed it into a law. No one else did, and Republicans deserve much credit. Trump continued to be by calling John a born musician, as he expressed how upset he was that he wasn't mentioned, nor was the Republicans during John's recent interview with Lester Holt of NBC. During their interview, they talked about the criminal justice system and John's Let Free America campaign. Trump's rant about not getting the recognition he felt he deserved definitely set John and Chrissy off. If you guys have anything know anything about Chrissy, she definitely does not hold her tongue and has earned the title of one of the many clapback queens. And then, of course, you guys can check out the exchange. And we're gonna read. Well, no, you can check out the exchange. But I heard it was a real heated exchange. To me, and this is the only thing that I want to point out. Donald Trump, how dare you call John Legend's wife, quote unquote, filthy mouth wife, when you have to think about it that your wife done had so much dick in her mouth is crazy. So, I mean, you can't talk about anybody. And to me, I just don't understand, like, how could you get upset because, you know, you're not mentioned or any other Republicans are mentioned. John Legend doesn't have to mention you if he doesn't want. If he feels that you're not doing anything in your presidency, then he's entitled to feel how he feels, just like how you feel that you are doing the damn thing as the president, when in actuality you aren't. The only thing that you're really doing is just stirring up shit and just building more messes that the next president is going to have to come in and clean up.
And let me just clarify. First of all, Donald Trump, Obama tried to get it done, but because Republicans like you kept talking all that shit and denying, he couldn't get it done. So don't say he couldn't, because he did a whole reform conference with all the hip-hop stars. If you forgot, all of them came saw him before he left office. That's how I know you wasn't watching Obama then, but you want to talk all that smack. Nah. But like I said, next time at her, if you bout it. If you bout it, at her next time. Oh, okay.
I just don't like. He
just get on my damn nerves. It's like, I get it. Yeah.
He makes my asshole hurt. Period.
He make your ass itch.
You know, he make it fucking hurt. This man, oh God, like,
when he gonna shut up?
He is the only president I know that actually handles his own Twitter account. Nobody else, no first lady, no president has ever handled. They have people in place for that. I just don't see how you have all the time in the world to do that.
When you the president.
You're not doing nothing. And you think you're doing stuff, but you're not doing nothing.
You're not doing nothing that already been put in place.
Quit. So many people, you didn't fire so many damn people.
His whole staff gone. It's like three of them
left. Been gone. What
Even the lady.
What have you done?
What's the girl that was the spokesperson for him talking? She
Whatever
didn't
that
left.
Whole name is, she gone.
She left now. So it's like, Donald Trump, this is your last
you
year.
Are the
Mark
worst
your fucking days.
President in the fucking United States, the history of the United States of America.
Voice, mark your days. Mark your fucking days. But enough with the Trump.
With the fucking orange
But
Cheeto.
Louisiana Fest was dope over the weekend. If you ain't get a chance, if you wasn't in New Orleans and didn't get a chance to go to the fest was dope over the weekends. A couple of performances. I didn't go because it's too hot to be going out
I was
there.
about to say that.
I watched it on Tidal. If you have Tidal, watch it in the comfort of your home. It's the same experience, especially if you have a 4K television. You look like you're right there. Okay?
And loudspeaker.
And a loudspeaker, you look like it was right there. I mean, I was hyped. I sang every song. I danced to songs.
I didn't get a chance to watch because I was moving a lot that day. So I was back and forth. So I didn't really get a chance.
You went to the movie or something.
I did go to the movies and then I was doing other stuff as well. But to me, I heard Meg Thee Stallion. She did really, really good. I didn't know Trey Songz was gonna be there, so he kind of slowed down the mood, and stuff like that.
He did good to say
and then of course people went hype when Wayne closed it out.
They said Travis Scott's performances was lit.
And
I missed it because I was on a marijuana run, and I had to re-up real quick, so I had to get back. And by the time I got back, Wayne was coming on, and I was like, shit, I missed me. I actually missed Meek's performance.
I wanted to see him.
And I missed Travis Scott's performance. But overall, the Louisiana Fest was fire. Every year is fire, but Wayne really outdid himself with the new location, and just like people was showing how it looked. It actually looked like a carnival
really like
festival type thing.
People that were taking pictures and stuff like that, and the scenery was just like, damn.
And next year it needs to be better security. Why? Because a stampede broke out. Please spill the beans.
I just heard so much going on, that I don't, of course I don't believe everything, but people were there, people were talking, people were telling me about stuff going on.
So what was going on in yours?
I mean, I've heard that somebody got stabbed.
Oh my God.
They were shooting, but it wasn't inside the festival. It was outside the festival.
But you can hear gunshots
anywhere. You can hear gunshots, and people, and us
we just
from
running.
We're gonna start running.
We run and duck. We don't care. We run quick.
But as far as this stampede, Kiss is talking about, this comes from NOLA.com, so this is our home. It's not from the Shade Room. So stuck in a long line at the Aphrodisiac Purple food truck at Louisiana Fest, my main concern was ordering before rapper Travis Scott's show started. To my left, a Ferris wheel lazily spun attendees high above the festival site behind the UNO Lakefront Arena. And then, of course, that is the University of New Orleans, one of our campuses here in the city.
East side, you heard me.
Yes, East Gentilly area of New Orleans.
No, it's the East. We represent the East. Now, UNO on the other side, that's it.
Okay.
But it's a part of the... Because they have that UNO building right there. So technically, it's the same. Go ahead.
Suddenly, several dozen people rushed by in a panic. Someone crashed into my bag. Gunshots. A woman yelled. What that Saturday night took a bad turn, immediately became less of a concern than taking cover behind the Ferris wheel, or better yet, taking cover behind the pickup truck parked behind the Ferris wheel. For others in our impromptu support group, that wasn't far enough. They started scaling the festival's 8-foot perimeter fence, or cowering in the corner. After a few heart-racing minutes, sadly, a mass shooting no longer seems like a fair-fetched possibility. I've been out. Some festival attendees still swear otherwise, but apparently no shots were fired.
No shots.
On the festival grounds.
Outside is different.
If a gun had gone off in the tightly packed crowd, there likely would have been casualties.
Yeah.
I queried a half-dozen New Orleans police officers around the festival site. Each insisted there were no shots, and they certainly weren't acting like they were in the middle of a shooting. On Monday, the NOPD released a statement confirming that no shots were fired, but something triggered panic followed by mass stampedes. Maybe a bang or pop was mistaken for a gunshot. Maybe there was a fight. Maybe something flashed a gun. Metal detectors were in place at the festival entrance, but Wait. Help me out. I'm trying to say it. I can't get it. I'm tongue twist. But it's adolescent accounts suggested the screening process was less than all right. See, you can't even help me out. I was tripping over the damn word. The NOPD in its statement blamed the panic on false information spread in portions of the festival, whatever the cause, mass chaos ensured at the spareless populated rear corner of the festival site. Now you want help. Near the festival, the Ferris wheel, there weren't enough people to do any real damage, but close to the stage, the situation was far more dangerous. Thousands of fans were packed inside a barricaded VIP area and in a jacked general admission pit area. Thousands more stood behind the barricades on the grassy field. This is a lot, y'all. But I'm not about to sit here and read all of that.
But
basically, they're confirming that there
wasn't
were
no gunshots, but it was a stampede, and the stampede was.
It could just be anything because it
but
happened.
The stampede is what I wanted to talk about. Like, y'all are some low down people with this stampede because y'all crashed into them people's. I heard that it was so bad that they really ran over all of the vendors that was out there, stole vendors' money. People lost stuff. Like, y'all was snatching. And they had 2 stampedes within 10 minutes of each other. So it's like, y'all was wilding at the Weezyana Fest because y'all ain't been nowhere in a minute.
They need to stop doing that because see what happens is you make it harder for other people.
Anything to come here and have good things in the East.
I'm not going to say that it's going to be taken away, but it's going to be way more
Stricter.
tighter, stricter, and people are going. It's going to make it seem like these people are being harder on y'all or having attitudes with y'all, but in reality,
they just got to do
trying
their
to protect
job.
themselves and they have to secure them because you want to do stupid stuff like that, like
they stole the people money.
Why
like
do they? Like
they knocked down.
Man.
Like these people made bank at the.
I know they did.
They had 19,000 people come to the Weezyana Fest.
That's a damn shame.
Over 20,000 people if you count the stampede. So over about 20,000 people attended this fest, and you mean to tell me y'all messed up them people, vineyard stuff, and stole their money? Y'all supposed to be running from y'all lives, not picking up money. How y'all running for y'all lives and picking up money? And if it was a real gunshot going on,
well, that's the same
how y'all
thing.
picking up money and y'all supposed to be running?
That's
like,
the same thing with Katrina when it was breaking into the stores in Canal Street,
what
stealing
you,
shoes.
What you buying?
What the fuck you stealing that for? When you walking in swamp water and flood
Where
water.
you plugging that up, Tyrone?
Taking TVs, like, oh, God.
See, that's why you going, Tyrone, with that 50-inch? Where you plugging it up? We ain't got no power.
About to gonna get on them people is not letting you take that with you.
But overall, the Weezyana Fest was a dope festival. I hope it's bigger and better next year because I definitely want to come back.
It because, like I said, that it needed a bigger area rather than being in that tight space at the Champion Square. So it's good to see that it's a big area. Me and my mom were talking, and she feel like it's going to be as big, if not bigger, than Jazz Fest, where he'll have different stages.
I don't think it'll be bigger than Jazz Fest,
but
I think it's a start. I think it'll be as big as Voodoo Fest. That's what I said.
He could do it.
That's what I said.
He could get 2 more stages out there.
But because it's Wayne, and because he bring in a lot of local and special guests, that's going to take a lot of things on our end to make sure that the city on this side is better. So that's why I said that festival,
police.
Not just
that,
like the money.
Just like you take all the police officers from everywhere during parade season, you put everybody downtown.
That's what I'm talking about. Like
put
the
them
money.
all back here.
The money needs to be there for that we could be, because even though it's a bigger space, traffic is hectic right there. Like, especially when you trying to get there, you gotta basically you better start walking over the bridge because it's literally you're gonna be in
it's
traffic.
Like that for graduations when they have them in an arena. So I could imagine that was even worse
going there
for the festival.
But like I said, it's a good look. for the city.
It's
It's a
our
good look.
it's our Coachella.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly a good
It's
way
our
to put it. And
Coachella.
I feel like eventually it's gonna be different stages, and eventually it's gonna be 3 days. But right now it's gonna be this one day because we all know
How many years it's been? Since
5.
5 years.
5
Okay.
years because he did it. He started it on the 10th. So it's 14 years of Katrina, right? I think he started it on the 9th year of Katrina or
Katrina.
10th year of Katrina, and then couldn't be because then it wouldn't be 5. Like I think the 9th year of Katrina, that's when he no, I don't know. But anyways, whatever anniversary he decided to put it on, he put the show starting on the year of Katrina being that long ago. And I think it was around the first festival started around that time, and then it just grew from that. I feel like this year's Louisiana Fest was the best Louisiana Fest in my opinion because all of the artists were popping artists that are hitting in the right now. Far as Meg Thee Stallion, Cash Doll, Sweetie, Trey Songz, Meek Mills, Travis Scott, just overall. And then when Lil Wayne performed his song "Don't Cry" with Extacion, that I was lit. I was lit because I was like, oh my God, Wayne, you did that shit. Like this shit was lit. But in other news, Polo Swae Lee done got headbutted by his ex-girlfriend over some stuff. So spill, I just need to know what really happened.
So this comes from the Shade Room.
The messy shade always got either you got beat up or R. Kelly charges pending against you. On the Shade Room, the Shade get all the tea.
So it looks like Swae Lee and his ex-boo Marley Ortiz are back in the headlines. Marley has been arrested for allegedly headbutting him, y'all. According to law enforcement, Swae Lee and Marlisha Ortiz got into an argument at his house early August, and she allegedly started throwing objects at him, TMZ reports. His security apparently kicked her out after she reportedly came up for Swae, hitting him with a headbutt. Marley reportedly continued on to call the cops, claiming Swae sexually assaulted her. When authorities got there, Marley reportedly changed her story, admitting she started the fight by breaking things in his house and hitting him, all while claiming Swae strangled her. Marley was then arrested due to the evidence against her. Neither Swae nor Marley Ortiz had any visible marks on them. However, the LA City Attorney is reportedly in a limbo trying to decide whether or not to hit Marley Ortiz with a misdemeanor assault charge. And it's no secret that Swae Lee and Marley Ortiz have had many ups and downs in their on and off again relationship. Most recently, Marley and Russell and Kimora Lee Simmons' daughter, Ming Lee Simmons, exchanged some words over Swae. Wait, she that old now?
Yes, Ming Lee.
Girl, Ming Lee is not.
Ming Lee 29, 22.
I know you lying.
Yeah, Ming Lee old.
Girl,
I gotta talk with my Asian accent because she is
God.
older. She's
But
old,
that is a toxic relationship.
and that is a definition of a female Tyrone. Don't let
They
somebody
need
pay
to-
but you, Swae Lee.
They need to leave each other alone.
Do
But charge her ass.
press them charges.
Charge her.
Charge her.
You shouldn't be in no limbo. Charge her.
Yeah, you ain't no limbo. She had but you press them charges. And now we gonna see Marley ain't gonna be headbutting no more. Because it's like this. Remember, it's like remember when Evelyn and Chad Ocho Cinco and he headbutted Evelyn and how everybody was so on her side and she's so he should never headbutt and how they coddled her situation. And it's like, now nobody out here speaking for Swae Lee. I'm speaking for Swae Lee. Charge her ass just like y'all try to take everything away from Ocho Cinco, take everything away from Marley Ortiz, and I bet you she won't be headbutting no more. And sis, next time you want to headbutt somebody, headbutt me, all right? I bet you won't be headbutting the KISS, because don't play with Swae Lee. He is a sweet, person. He don't look like he's a person that's, And you know what? You can't never put it past him because you never
Right.
know. But
They be the
still,
ones.
he just don't look like a person that's out here womanizing. Not only that, you was about to make this man catch a whole charge. Sexual assault is serious. Like, they got real people out here getting sexually assaulted.
They don't even have to have the evidence. They're about to lock your ass
Right,
up
like-
when they hear those words. So it's like, you
Don't
have
play.
to be careful. Don't play with that type of stuff. And they could have got her on that for falsely accusing.
Just like they did Chris Brown look.
Because you changed the
little girl.
story when they got them.
Right. You know, but on the 911 call, you talking about he choked you and was all that. Like, see, that's what I be talking about. That's ain't shit Tyrone syndrome right there. That's Tyranisha. But another clapback about to happen because Baywatch look. Baywatch look. YG and look, Baywatch with a twist. YG and Kalani just came out saying, you know, they together.
And they look so fucking good together.
They do, but I'm kind of mad because I was like, I thought I had my shot, but it looked like his got shot down. YG, you playing with me, okay? You wrong for that.
They look good as fuck, but here's the twist. So,
Baby daddy had to fucking come out the woodwork and say, bitch, I am not a baby's daddy. Like, he was in his tart.
He came out and he said on his Twitter, I've never been a sperm donor, nor do I identify as gay, or have I ever been the gay best friend. Laugh out loud. I am a father to my beautiful daughter, and I like what I like. If you gonna be aimless and nosy, least have your facts straight. So, I mean, like, what do you think? What do you think about this?
Well, how I feel is,
And the boyfriend looks gay as
yeah, he
fuck.
gay. He gay. But look,
But hey.
I feel like that whole thing is like, yeah, he's not a baby father. He's a father. They actually sat down. She did. Did they have sex or like?
I'm guessing they did. They
They was sleeping with each other, and she liked it that punani.
I'm about to say, I think they were actually like doing the zoo, but
Doing it, okay. But
dude
he's
said he
not a
like what
baby
he
father.
like. So we're gonna go ahead and say boy is bisexual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I feel like at the end of the day, it's not our business to be saying,
Okay.
at the end of the day,
So, I mean,
they
like,
are
what
not
else?
together. They weren't
So
together.
people trying to say like she's cheating on
Because
boys.
look, they had the evidence. There was like 5 years ago. He was like, this been in the works for about 5 years. He was saying this was in the works for 5 years. And people were like, 5 years? Your daughter not that old. So, like, you've been talking to him while you was messing with the your child's father. That's what they were trying to say. Like, how you messing with your child's father and was talking to YG? So, what is that about?
So,
but
boy
like
had
I
to set
said,
the record
he
straight.
had to set the record straight. I'm not no gay best friend. We was fucking, and she pregnant. We got pregnant, and that's what we are. We good co-parents. I think he's married. I think. No, that's no, wrong person. But I think he in another relationship or something like that, and he just doing him.
Okay, I mean, fuck, like people.
Mind the
Nobody
business
has
that pays
room
you.
to talk.
Okay, mind the business that
Girl,
pays
y'all out here
you. Go out there and shop at your mind.
Married men and all of this. So
Right. I know somebody that got pregnant for a married man twice. Okay.
Damn.
Well, 4 times.
That dick must have been a bomb.
Sweet dick Sundays. Okay. But
moving on to this crazy.
Antonio Brown.
That boy is fucking crazy.
So what he done did? What he done did? Antonio Brown.
Girl, so it's been an eventful few days for now. Former Oakland Raider wide receiver Antonio Brown, but it looks like he's finally getting exactly what he asked for. After exhibiting what some are calling outrageous behavior, Antonio took to Instagram demanding he be released from his $50 million contract with the Raiders. The team fined Antonio a whopping $215K for detrimental team conduct in regards to an altercation with general manager Mike M. Antonio allegedly blacked on Mike, threatening to punch him in his face and calling him a cracker. His outrageous theme from a previous $15 K fine for missing team workouts, but Antonio has finally had enough, and in a string of Instagram posts, he demanded the Raiders to release him. He says he will not conform to the system that has failed him, and he definitely is not letting up. Just a few hours after the Raiders announced that Antonio Brown is free to go if he so pleases, Antonio agent Drew Aura had this to say regarding his free agency. Now that Antonio is a free agent, we are focused on the future, and I will immediately work on finding him a new team. Antonio is looking forward to a new beginning, and Drew wasted absolutely no time. Just hours after being released from Oakland Raiders, Surface announcing AB's new one-year deal with the New England Patriots. The deal is reportedly worth $15 million with a $9 million signing bonus. We think it's safe to say AB is more than excited about his new deal, because who wouldn't be excited about $15 million?
He just won a ring.
He just
won a Super Bowl ring at this point.
He took to Twitter with a photo of himself in full Patriot gear with the caption LFG Pound God's Plan. Despite his excitement, football fans and Patriot haters are not too happy about the move. What are your thoughts?
You know my thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
I'm not a Antonio Brown fan or a fan of his movement, but I felt like that was so messed up. Like, you just did your team. What happened to team chemistry?
Right.
Like, what happened to that? Like,
and to me, why do all of that stuff? Just go sit down like a civilized person and just tell them that, talk to them. You're not happy with what's going on. You don't want to be there anymore.
You could talk and all that and do all that, but in a sense, people still do what they want to do to get. And I feel like at the end of the day, you say basically, F my team with the Raiders. I'm going to go join a team that's about a winning, and we going to do that.
Just like you said, he just won a ring.
But at the same time, didn't he get a ring when he was with the Steelers and stuff like that?
I don't follow him.
So it's like, at this point, you just chasing with your own person.
Chasing clout.
I feel like what need to change in NFL is like when a player is unhappy, you let them go, whether they have a release or not, and then you take the money out of trading them. Okay, if they won't go to the Patriots, all right, then you owe me this amount of money. Because if you saying he went from a $50 million team, a $50 million contract to 15 plus 9 guaranteed, that's like
he took a
cut. So I think it's more of like, I'd rather take a cut and be happy than be miserable and have everything I want. But still, you got everything you want by ranting on Twitter and doing. He just basically did a Trump. He trumped y'all, and he got what he wanted. And hey, that's the law of the land now. But the Barb has some words for us.
Girl, please, y'all queen. After she caused that whole uproar.
She was like, I'm tired of this. I'm retiring.
That she about to damn retire, and she had this to say. So, Nicki Minaj, a.k.a. Mrs. Petty, as she quotes herself. Oh,
she Big Petty then.
No, that's her. About to be her.
Yeah, her fiance. But it just shows that she's Big Petty.
AKA Mrs. Petty had this to say. So somebody, they took to Twitter and they said, "At Nicki Minaj, can you please just address this retirement thing?
Like, is you leaving us for good?
Hurt your entire career. We're just hurting Nicki."
The Barbs.
It's us, it's the Barbs, please. So Nicki quoted the tweet with this to say, "I'm still right here, still madly in love with you guys, and you know that in hindsight,
how she be? I'm still right here. I'm still in love with you guys."
This should have been a Queen Radio discussion, and it will be. I promise you guys will be happy. No guests, just us talking about everything. The tweet was abrupt and insensitive, and I apologize, babe. So thank you for that, Nikki, because
Yeah.
you had people just
About to jump off of bridges
girl,
and
about
everything.
to just.
Kill themselves because you was
But
about
you
to
know,
leave.
sensible people like myself and Kiss Calhoun, we
already
got
knew this.
what she was saying.
She just
She
needed a
wasn't
break.
saying that she's going to do it right here and there,
Right.
like announcing a thing. She's saying eventually
She's gonna
she's
retire.
going
and
to
start up.
retire from music.
And I think eventually
and I really
it'll be
don't
after
think
this.
it's gonna be a full retirement.
I feel like it's-
she's going to come back
Eventually.
and she's gonna hit y'all with a banger.
But y'all also have to realize she's a female and she's getting older and she wants to start her family. So if she
Right.
wants to retire,
You see
just like
Beyonce out here
Beyonce,
flourishing,
Beyonce
got
could
3
leave
children.
and come out with a whole album and y'all with the same songs and y'all be like, yeah!
Bitch, don't do it.
the whatchamacallit album came out twice.
Ooh.
The Beyonce album came out twice with 4 new songs.
No,
the
baby,
platinum.
no. They had way more than 4
Hey.
songs with more content. It was
But
a platinum.
it's still the
it
same
was
CD.
a platinum edition.
It's still the same CD.
Boo-boo.
That's what I'm saying. She didn't come out with no other new music.
Make
like
it jump
even,
over this table and hit
even
you with this
like
microphone.
even with the whole Lemonade album, the Lemonade album was just some. Okay, y'all want some new music? Here, this how I'm feeling, and y'all was like, yes, she's back. When the last album came out, she done had twins and all that. Now she talking about she supposed to be having another baby. Y'all about to wait 15 years. Y'all gonna be waiting like Sade had us waiting 20 years for a new album.
To
For
me,
real.
she does not have to put out music how other artists do. She's already a big name, so why do I have to do this? I could go
Well,
on
that's
tour
but that's
and
the
I could say
same-
the same shit, put on some different costumes, new
But
hair,
that's the
do
same
new
thing as
choreography,
Nicki.
and
Nicki
bitch,
could
just,
really, Nicki could do the same thing, but it's like her fans want her to still be. And rap is
When
different.
she's talking about retiring, Beyonce has never said that she retired. Beyonce has taken sabbaticals
And that's like
and
a
lived
mini
her life.
But that's like a mini retirement. Like retirement in itself is just like taking a break away from music, away from concerting and touring and having to go do interviews and stuff like that. Beyonce don't even do no interviews unless it's interviews that she got set up
Right.
and they
And that's how it's
and they
supposed-
you know
that's
what
how
I'm
it's
saying.
supposed to
But
be.
every artist have that. But the thing is, her fans. It's different between rap and pop music, R&B music, or whatever. Rap music, once you leave and your buzz die down, it's gonna
hard
be
to come
harder
back.
for you to come back. And by
Not
her
for
being
Nicki.
for Nicki, if she take a break, and it is because look at Lil
I don't
Kim.
agree.
Because you can
To
agree,
me now,
but look at Lil Kim. When Lil Kim took her break and ended up having to go spend time in jail, there was no music being made. So when Nicki Minaj came out, it was like a replica of Lil Kim. So it was like how Lil Kim could even put out any new music if Nicki Minaj then took the
style.
the not the style, but just took the wave of the culture of music and everybody fucking with Nicki right now. That's just like Queen Latifah coming out with another album. It's not gonna do good because the wave of the culture of music not on Queen Latifah level. They're on Meg Thee Stallion level. They're
Right.
on Cash Dog level. They are on the Trap City Girl level. So
Right.
that would be to jump in the game with the new wave and you're an old schooler, it'll be harder for you to get your buzz back. For real. Because so many female hip hop artists that took breaks can't come back.
I mean, but right now they're really saying that she's not really hitting on nothing now with the Queen.
Well, the
album.
Queen album was rushed, so that's the only reason why it
To
didn't
me,
hit on anything.
the last good album was the Pink Print.
Yeah, but the
That
Pink
was the
Print
last
was when they
good
let
album.
her take her time and let her
She
release
actually
it the
took
way
her time and she did what she
wanted
needed to do,
The
and it
Queen
was
album
good-
was
it was a
real,
good content.
and this is why I want to tell you, just like what you just said, Nicki Minaj's last album didn't hit because of what? The new wave of music changed to the trap queen, and the whole city girl movement started to, not just saying the city girls started rapping, but other rappers started to get more popular with their rapping styles, like the city girls, like Cash Doll, like Meg Thee Stallion, and not only that, a lot of people, Cardi B is the replica of Nicki Minaj when Nicki Minaj was the replica of Lil Kim. So when Cardi B came about and it was all about Cardi B, of course when Nicki and Cardi B went to beefing and all that stuff, and they start saying how, oh, she don't work good with female artists and this, that, and the other. That was tainting her image and tainting her sales of the music. You keep hearing that, oh, she ain't fucking with other female artists, and then a female artist that sound colder than Nicki come out, you not gonna want to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
I just think otherwise. Like, I think she's going to be okay if she does step away for a while and come back. She's just gonna have to come harder than what she is currently doing right now. It's hip hop, yeah, it's hip hop, but you have to think of the fans that Nicki Minaj has. Nicki has some ride or die fucking fans.
But every artist have their ride or die fans. Beyonce, Nicki.
But look what you just said. That's what I'm saying. Just like if Beyonce can go, Beyonce literally left for 2 years.
But let me take Beyonce out there because she's not a rapper. As far as rap music,
it don't. To me, I'm looking at the fan base. I get what you're saying about the difference between hip hop and pop, but you have to think about nowadays the fan base that Nicki Minaj has. Trust me, they are going to be there when she does.
Not as far as rap.
Ever do.
If when she fall, you just say
we here to agree to disagree.
No, you just say I'm a hip hop enthusiast, so I know when you're a hip hop artist, the stuff change over time. The rapping styles change.
Everything that you're saying, I'm looking at it as in a fan base aspect.
Her fans gonna be there. Her fans will be there, but the fans that she could have gravitated while she was off, those fans are gonna be somebody else's fan, and that fan base is gonna be bigger.
They're already somebody else's fan.
But that's what I'm saying. Right now, just like we said, the Queen album didn't sell good because it wasn't just on.
I don't know if it's so good. I'm saying personally for me,
it wasn't her best
when
album.
I listened to it, it wasn't the best album.
But no, it
that
didn't
wasn't
do
the Nicki
good.
Minaj that I know.
But it didn't do
I don't
good
know
at
if it
all.
did all
That's
that.
why I'm trying to tell you, it didn't do good at all because Cardi B had risen up. And Cardi B was on everything. Cardi B was doing stuff with Bruno Mars, doing stuff with everybody. So even though that album came out, and then then Cardi came and doing her stuff, once you kind of lose, like the young generation say, your buzz go to somebody else, and then they buzz come bigger. But now look at Cardi B, in a sense, is buzzes is there, but it's slowly dying down. And so, like, eventually, another artist will succumb and be that top female artist.
Meg Thee
and
Stallion.
Then nobody's not going to listen. And she is, because Meg Thee Stallion got with Lizzo, and they doing stuff, and
her and Nicki teamed
up and did a song. It's like now she's working. She's doing that. Meg Thee Stallion is that artist that's doing everything they accused Nicki Minaj of not doing, working with other female artists. And she is selling out. I'm just saying, only speaking about hip hop because I know how hip hop works and how they do women. That's why they were so mad that she said she retiring. You really gonna retire? And once you retire, as far as female hip hop, you gone.
Maybe she feel like if she do retire, then that might just be it for her.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why she came back.
She did everything that she could possibly do.
And I feel like that's why she came back to say, well, I want to clarify some stuff up because I didn't kind of tell y'all. Because a lot of word on the street, she still got studio time booked up for a whole month.
I'm gonna have to
you digging it?
I'm gonna have to get do the Apple subscription for 3 months just so I can listen to that Queen Radio.
Yeah.
To hear what she gonna talk about.
Because I think that's
she's gonna clear it up and she's gonna say exactly what she meant.
But I think it's just more time for her to involve. Like I told people, it's way past overdue. Nicki Minaj should have taken a break after Pink Print. To be honest with you, because
she did,
it just
didn't she?
No, like actually take a break and then pop up again on a feature or something, or come out with a song or two, because it's just that she have like I told my homeboy, she done everything possible she could have done. She was that top female artist of all time, and I'm not a Barb. I'm not a Barb fan, but I know the girl's work and what she did to get to the top. A lot of people might say she slept around to get to the top, but I don't think she did. I feel personally she worked her ass off to get there. Literally, not her own ass, but her ass off to get to the position she was. And for her, like, we grew up in an era where there was 15 female artists all together. Now, when Nicki was coming up, there wasn't a lot. So now there's starting to come a time where there are more hip-hop artists, females especially, that's coming out of the woodworks and just doing a damn thing. So do I feel like she needs to retire? Right now in this climate, I think it's perfect time for her to do it. But if she don't, and she keep going, I feel eventually she gonna get burnt out of trying to please everybody. Because in Twitter, trolls is really what's getting to her because they are coming at her neck about stuff they don't know.
To me, she just need to go ahead and put out this, continue to work on this album that she's supposed to be putting out, and to me, go ahead and make that your last studio album, and go do what you need to do with your fine ass husband, and go ahead and start that family that you want to start.
I feel like it's long overdue, and it's no better time than to do it with the man you say you've been with for years. But like I said, Nicki, you take your little break, get your man out of prison now. He won't get up in there. He probably already doing a damn thing. Guts probably rearranged and everything. That's why Nicki Minaj won't really take that break.
Take that break with that fine ass man she got.
Sis gotta get her guts rearranged, okay? But go ahead and take your break. People like us, real hip hop fans, are gonna support you. Fake hip-hop fans are going to go to the next person that's hot. They're going to keep bouncing from artist to artist and not give time of day. Like I said, at the end of the day, hip-hop is very cutthroat. That's why Beyonce could come and give y'all CDs 20 years. Watch, her next album gonna be called 20. It's gonna be called 20. It's gonna be called 20 for y'all because she gonna have y'all. She gonna have y'all waiting 30 years for a new album. She gonna have 5 children, 10 children with Jay-Z. Became the first lady and everything, and y'all still waiting for the album.
Girl, get the fuck. Moving on to the last topic of tonight, and it comes from little Reginae Carter. Coming through with a quick little message, Reginae shared this quote on her Insta story. What are your thoughts? You will never get the truth out of a narcissist. The closest you will ever come is a story that either makes them the victim or the hero, but never the villain. Shannon L. Adler.
So basically, a lot of people was trying to say that she was trying to throw shots towards Lucci and the relationship they had and stuff like that. But I feel like the girl just probably posted a quote, and it just related to the situation, and it might relate it to their relationship. But at the end of the day, it holds so much truth when people share those kinds of quotes. You can't trust a narcissist. So if you find yourself in a relationship with a person that constantly belittling you, constantly telling you are not good enough, you'll never be nothing without him, that's a narcissist. And what they tend to do is pull you away from the people who you love the most, people who are more likely to have your back and tell you when you're messing up. They tend to pull you away from those types of people, and you don't listen or take the advice from those types of people anymore because the narcissist is in your head.
Right.
So just be mindful of the men you bring. We talked about Tyrone early on in this.
That's a good representation of what we talked about earlier in the show. Just watch the signs,
when a person show you their true colors, believe them.
Believe them.
People are not chameleons for nothing. That's the right animal that change colors. Okay, good. Cause
It could change. It could mimic itself too.
Yeah, come on now. Like at the end of the day, there are plenty of narcissists, and if you find yourself in those types of relationships, please get out of them because they ain't no good. And if he ain't no good or she ain't no good, they ain't gonna never be no good. No matter how many times you think they're gonna change or you can change them. If they ain't willing to change for themselves, then why they gonna change for you? Okay? Period. Pooh.
But this was another good episode.
It's always another good episode.
Always. Shout out to everyone that supports us every week. We really appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to our little old show. I've got so much positive feedback from the show. A lot of people say that they really, really enjoy listening to us and they can relate to a lot of stuff that we talk about. So thank you guys so much. If you guys have any suggestions on anything that you would like to hear us talk about that we haven't talked about, all you have to do is you could either... you know me personally, shoot it to me as a text message. We having a conversation on the phone. Talk to me, DM it to me.
Or hit us up on YouTube. Instagram.
On Instagram at Yo What's the Word. Facebook, Yo What's the Word. And Twitter, Yo What's the Word. You can email it to us at what's the word 504 at gmail.com.
And as always, thanks for all of you guys' support.
No. Shout out to
Gravani Stone. For the block hot and the bag, because I'm chasing it. Shout out for the dope music. Keep sending us your dope music by the link in the bio. And if you want to be a featured artist, click the link in the bio. And as always, this has always been a great show. Thanks for your support. Peace.